Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for attending today. I am Amanda Blum from Roseborough Travel, but I would like to go ahead and welcome our team up. So all of the ladies in blue really quickly. I realize we're running a few minutes late, but our team at Roseborough is so thankful that you're here. Now let me tell you, we have several of our agents who are out of the office right now doing just different training seminars. They're at expos and they are in Australia, you know, stuff like that. Exactly, traveling the world. And they all definitely wish that you have a great time tonight at this event. And I'm going to go ahead and let the two ladies up here tell you who they are and what they do, and then we'll go ahead and get on with the show.
Hello, I'm Tiffany, and I'm one of the owners of Roseborough Travel, and I'm really grateful for your time. We really appreciate your support.
That was short and sweet. Hello, I'm Melissa, and those of you that have called in, as always, you know me as the voice of the other end of the phone that sends you on to the right person to help you out. So many of you I know, it's good to see you all again.
And Brittany is behind the camera, and she is the one who is in charge of sending all of you the amazing emails, the printed ads that you have here, where you see us in all of our online advertising, Facebook and YouTube. So if you haven't seen us on online Facebook or YouTube, please check it out, because she puts together some amazing videos of different trips, as well as all of these events are replayed online on our YouTube channel. So be sure to check it out. That is all the master crafting of Miss Brittany, plus the printed flyers on your tables today about our expo and our upcoming Thanksgiving cruise for 2020 are on there as well, and she's in charge of all of that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the party started, and we're going to start with Miss Kelly from Royal Caribbean. She's going to tell you about traveling the world with Royal and how to do it in style. So take it away.
Thank you. Just know where the clicker is.
Oh, the clicker I think is right on the other side.
Here we go. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming out on this chilly evening. So hopefully between Roseborough Travel, thanks for having us, myself, Gabriel from Celebrity, or the weather, we can motivate you to get some travel booked to somewhere warmer pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is kind of cover what's new with Royal Caribbean. How many Royal Caribbean cruisers are here? Okay, good amount. I'd just like to know my audience, who I'm talking to, and make sure that I speak to you. So this year, we turned 50 years bold. So yeah, it's been 50 years since Royal Caribbean originally started. In delivering incredible vacations for you, and you know that our innovation is pretty much second to none. We're always upping the bar on what cruising has to offer, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit. This is a video that won't play, so we're just going to skip right past that. So as you may have seen, we have just started what we call our Perfect Day Islands collection. Now you may have heard of Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which has been all over TV. It's kind of hard to avoid it. If you've been to Coco Cay before, but haven't seen it now, you haven't seen Coco Cay. We invested $200 million into it to make it its own really unique destination. And I'll get into it a little bit more later on, but it truly is a perfect day. Whether you're just a beach person and you want to chill out and relax and you want some peace and quiet, it's there. If you're an adventure seeker and you know we're traveling with grandkids who want to go on the tallest water slide in North America, it's all there. So especially if you're traveling with family, kids, grandkids, it's got something for everybody. But what you may not know is this is a concept that we're going to have at least 5 of these worldwide. So we've just announced our Perfect Day La Lipa, which is actually in the South Pacific. Now we don't have any specifics about it. Every Perfect Day that we do will be kind of indigenous to the area it's at, so I wouldn't expect all the water slides, and right, that's a Caribbean thing. This will be very South Pacific focus. So we don't have a lot of details yet, but in case you're wondering where it is, it's on the island of Vanuatu, and they did kind of blow it up so that it looks much larger than the island really is. So if you ever do any of our Australia, New Zealand sailing starting in 2021, I'm sure it will incorporate that. So stay tuned for further information. Yeah, exciting stuff. So perfect day. Has anybody been there ever? At any point? Okay. So one of the best things about it is that we actually have a pier there now, right? When it was bad weather before, we missed this port of call all of the time. And it's always it's always people's favorite. So now that we have the pier, we get to dock there, and it makes, we're never missing ports of call at all anymore. And it's kind of divided into two different sections. So on the right-hand side is all the thrill, all the hot pink, and on the left-hand side is all the chill, with all the light blue colors. And then in the middle, there's a lot of other things that are, don't really fit into either side, but are complementary to use. And the world's largest freshwater pool with swim-up pool bar, that's a lot of fun. Harbor Grill, Harbor Beach, all kinds of fun activities. And then starting in January of next year, on the very top, we'll have our Cocoa Beach Club, which is a little bit more exclusive. We'll have over-the-water floating cabanas, private beach club. It's going to be really, really amazing. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like, right? So yeah, it has a slide. You'll have a private attendant to bring you all of your food and beverages that you want. Upgraded menu. You get lobster and steak for lunch. So it's really going to be a unique experience. Yeah, so they're going to have a beach club restaurant, beach cabanas, an infinity pool, 360-degree pool. We continue to get new information, but the floating cabanas is what we're definitely really excited about. And of course, we have all of the thrill there. This kind of gives you an overview of what the island has. Chill side yet, because it's not all completely done, but it takes you on a nice tour of everything that they have to offer there. And then this next video kind of shows how the whole thing came together.
He's a thrill, I'm a chill.
Right.
The first thing was, when we stepped off there, we said, we gotta bring our grandkids.
I'm kind of excited about doing the slide over there. They're pretty big. Everybody's going to Marine, so we're doing what's poppin' in that kid. Yeah, you know that's the place to be, so get next to me, yeah, we'll be feeling so fine. It's so fun. We're having a great time. It's something
Over the top, right? Yeah. I think this is the best private island I've been to any ship.
Way bigger, way better. Oh, get the move.
All in all, I was perfect day. That felt okay.
This is the perfect day!
Do it like this.
Yeah, it really is a perfect day. Turns out my perfect day is kind of a combination of thrill and chill. So I did the tallest water slide, and they've got other ones that you go inside and the floor drops from underneath you and you can't see anything. You do a straight drop for about 10 feet. But then you go to the swim up pool bar, and the bottom of that pool is amazing, isn't it? Tiffany, you've been there. It's so soft and spongy. You know, normally if you spend all day in a pool, your feet are all scratched up from cement. It is wonderful, and they play different music under the water than they do above it. But then you've got all the beach areas. The food is amazing. I think the food, it blows what used to be their way. They've got snack shacks all over the place. So like I said, it really is a good mix. Whether you're looking for absolutely nothing to do but lay by the beach, snorkel, get some sun, take a nap, you can do that. And the way that they've built the island is they've separated it so well so that when you're on the chill side, you don't even know all the thrill stuff is going on. So they did a really amazing job with it. So pretty much if you go anywhere in the Caribbean, almost every ship that we have is going to go there. If you're on an Oasis class ship, which is our largest, they'll just have one of them there at a time. Otherwise, sometimes there's 2 ships there at a time, but right now it holds over 11,000 people easily, so there's plenty of spaces for everybody. And something new that we've started now is our Royal Beach Club collection. We're standing by for a little bit more news on this, but Antigua is going to be the first island that we're developing one of these, so we're excited to hear more about it. The Caribbean is our middle name. Certainly that's where our heart is, even though we do have 27 ships that go worldwide. The Caribbean is where a majority of our ships are going to be. So we're excited to develop these new destinations for people to be able to visit, because Antigua is not one of those that cruise ships would typically go to, or larger cruise ships would go to. So we're excited about that. So right now we're going through what we call Royal Amplified, and we're taking some of our older ships and investing $150, $200 million per ship into redoing their pool decks, adding some added dining features, entertainment. And so we've kind of flipped the script on, if you did a 3 or 4 night cruise before, for most cruise lines it was their oldest ship and the smallest ship, right? We flipped the script on that, and now we have some of our mid-sized ships doing our short Caribbean. So there's so much to do. So it really develops, or gives you an excellent vacation for if you're looking for a short Caribbean vacation. And so again, we're enhancing our iconic pool decks and attractions, adding additional bars and nightlife, and increasing dining experiences. So I was like, that's not in the video. So the ships that have gone through it this year, Navigator, Voyager, Oasis is just finishing her revitalization. And it's hard to believe that Oasis is 10 years old, but we're already investing that kind of money into a 10-year-old ship. I've stayed at some hotels for 10 years that I don't think I've ever changed the carpeting yet. So we are constantly reinventing what we do. So next year we've got the Freedom, the Explorer, and the Allure on deck, no pun intended, for its royal amplification. And then 2021 we've got the Liberty and the Adventure. And it just continues. We just keep reinvesting money into our fleet. So Oasis of the Seas comes back. actually next week, and she'll be based in Miami. And then in the spring of next year, it's going to go up to Bayonne. So it'll be the first time that an Oasis class ship is going to be sailing out of Bayonne. If any of you guys are snowbirds or know any snowbirds that live up in that area and looking for a summer vacation, I would highly suggest Oasis. And then this coming up summer, the Allure of the Seas is going to be based on Barcelona. Okay. What's the magic to make the video play? I know, we can't get rid of that. I don't know what that is.
Move from the computer.
No.
They tried.
Yeah, it's on the television, not my computer.
Yeah. All right, that's okay. I don't want to delay, but this is another video. Not without sound. It's fun. Anyways, this kind of shows. Have you guys been on our Oasis class ships at all? The Amphitheater, which is one of the many shows that we do. I always love these behind-the-scene things as to what it takes to actually pull off an amphitheater production. So this kind of gives you the numbers of everything, what it takes to put on one of the amphitheater shows. And again, what's that? So our ships, our Oasis class ships, are definitely ships of entertainment. We've got Broadway shows, we've got ice skating shows, the amphitheater shows, and if you think about the value of all of those shows, we've got 7 major productions. If you bought tickets to a Broadway show, it's easily $100 a person. So there's $700 worth of value just in entertainment alone that's built into your cruise cost. You're not paying additional for any of the shows that you see. Yeah, they've got 3 different diving heights, synchronized swimmers, and it's pretty amazing when you see people on a ship diving from 32 feet in the air and 55 feet in the air.
Wow.
Yeah, there's things happening everywhere. I always recommend people to go see it twice to catch it all. It's got a platform that's constantly rising and lowering, and yeah.
Blindfolded.
Huh?
So is he blindfolded?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Luckily, this is just all music, so I'll just talk over it. But it gives you a great idea of what the just one of our performances on an amphitheater is. So some signatures of the Oasis and Allure that they're going to be getting, as I mentioned, so those didn't have water slides before. We're adding 3 different water slides that make up the perfect storm. We're adding the Abyss, that's the mouth of it that you go to. If the elevators are really busy, it's the fastest way down 10 stories. It takes about 5 seconds, and it's a dry slide, so you don't even get wet, but lots of fun. Music Hall is a new venue that we have on our Quantum class ships, and what that is they bring in tribute bands, and they're amazing tribute bands. You can close your eyes and swear that they were playing in front of you, whether it's the Beatles or Journey, or Bon Jovi, or there's several different tribute bands that they may have during sailing. We're redoing our pool decks to give it a little bit more Caribbean style with the beds, and adding portside barbecue, which is another nice poolside dining option so that you don't have to go to the Windjammer or leave to go somewhere else. So this is just kind of a quick recap of everything that's all brand new features that they'll be getting on both Oasis and the Allure. As I mentioned, the Freedom of the Seas will be newly re-amplified. That does our Southern Caribbean sailings out of San Juan. So we've added Splashaway Bay, Giovanni's, which is our Italian restaurant, Perfect Storm, the Lime and the Coconut, which is a poolside bar, which is a lot of fun. You can meet your friends there for happy hour. The newly amplified Explorer of the Seas will be sailing out of Rome in May of 2020. So we're taking a lot of these ships that have all of these great new features and bringing them over to Europe. So if you're traveling with kids or grandkids, what a great experience they get to have, right? You get to dive into history and then have all these wonderful modern amenities on board of a ship once you get back. This gives you an idea of the amplified pool deck, where it just has kind of a zero entry walk-in pool. Explorer of the Seas, exciting new enhancements. The Voyager of the Seas, which does Singapore and Australia, and that's going to be, that's newly re-enhanced, so looking forward to that. The Navigator of the Seas has been amplified, that does 3 and 4 night sailings out of Miami. And the Mariner, which is sailing out of Port Canaveral, doing 3 and 4 night sailings. Independence offers 4 or 5 night sailings. We have lots of different options. So if you don't fit into the typical 3 and 4 night, we have 5 nights. We have 6 night options. So it's nice that we have a variety of options, anywhere from 3 to 7 nights, anywhere in between. And then we can get there. The Spectrum of the Seas was our newest ship that came out, went right to China, and ships that are future. So the Odyssey of the Seas, hopefully that you've seen, that's coming out next year. And anybody know where that's going to be based? Fort Lauderdale, which is exciting. It's going to be the first quantum class ship that's going to be based in Florida. It's kind of an ultra quantum class, so it's going to have a lot of new features. The Wonder of the Seas comes out in 2021, going right to Asia. And then we've got the Icon class starting in 2022. Oasis 6 in 2023. Icon 2 in 2024. Icon 3 2025. Just so you can see, we don't have any intention of slowing down anytime soon. So it'll be exciting to see where all of these new ships are going. So as I mentioned, Odyssey of the Seas comes out in the fall of next year. It's going to be coming to Fort Lauderdale for its home. And it's a quantum class ship. Quantum class are built to be a little bit more transformational. They don't have as much open airspace as an Oasis class does, per se, but they have transformational space because normally they're sailing on a cold weather destinations. You can't have a Central Park with 15,000 tropical plants. It's going to last very long in cold New Jersey weather in the winter. However, with Odyssey, that's the first one that's going to be kind of a nice mix of an Oasis class with a quantum class. So there's going to be a lot more outdoor open space, along with that transformational space. So one of the features that we have instead of an amphitheater would be 270, where we do shows. And one tidbit of trivia is we spent as much money in the technology in one room on our quantum class ships in 270 as we did in building our first ship in our entire fleet. So yeah, there's a lot of technology that goes into that room. The shows there are just mind-blowing. It's absolutely incredible. But great pool decks, indoor bumper cars, roller skating, flying trapeze, you name it. You could try it all. Yeah, and it's got the sky pad, which is a tethered kind of trampoline thing. I'm sure that you've seen it at festivals or some malls have it, and the kids are doing it and they're jumping around and flipping upside down. But then we add another element to it that you can do it with virtual reality 3D glasses on. That really messes with your head. I tried it and I had one of my friends film me. I'm like, I felt like I was jumping really high because it looks like you're jumping through this game, and I was going super high. So I said to her when I got done, I'm exhausted. I must have been getting really up there, right? She goes, yeah, you want to see the video? I'm like, sure. I was jumping like this high. the VR, virtual reality, just plays with your head, and you just have a totally different perception. So the next time I did it without it, I'm not much higher. I was a little more proud of myself. But we're going to be having a teppanyaki, a Loco Fresh, which is our Mexican street food restaurant, and an amazing pool deck, which has the North Star, which is, my husband calls it a cranial all the time, but it's a jewel light capsule where it goes up and it gives you a 360-degree view of wherever you're sailing to, which is especially amazing if you're in if you're going to do the ovation in Alaska, I can imagine seeing the glaciers that way, or when it goes to spend time with Europe. And it's going to do some unique itineraries. It's going to have some 6-night, 7-night, 8-night, getting to the Southern Caribbean. As I mentioned, the Wonder of the Seas, that's going right to China in 2021. So that will be a cultural immersion. Pretty much all of the ships that we have sailing out of Asia, we call a cultural immersion. It is designed for the Asian market. It's not an American experience in Asia. So if you consider doing any of those, just keep in mind that they're speaking primarily Mandarin on board. The food is going to be more Asian influenced. I'm going to try one for the first time myself next week, so I'm looking forward to what it's going to be like. But it is
salad for breakfast.
Huh?
Salad for breakfast.
Yeah, salad for breakfast.
People you don't know want to know what it is.
I know. I'm not that adventurous of an eater. I like to know what I'm having, but I might have to just up my game. Alaska, just something to keep in mind. We've got 3 ships that are doing Alaska. We've got out of Vancouver, out of Seattle, and the northbound and southbound, which will combine with our cruise tours. If you're considering doing a cruise tour, just a few things to keep in mind. 100% of our cruise tours are escorted the entire time. You're not passed off guide to guide or representative, in each city, like some other brands do. So you do have the same tour guide, the same bus driver with you the entire time, which is nice. They're staying at the same hotels. If you need a point of contact in the middle of the night, there's some emergency, you have that go-to person. When you're doing the tour during the day, they take your luggage to the hotel, they get your room key. When your tour's done, when you're done panning for gold or whatever it is you're doing that day, they pick you up, bring you to the hotel, give you your room key. You don't have to touch your bag until the next morning when you put it outside of your room, and they come and collect it for you. So we make it very, very easy. Alaska is really growing as a multi-generational family destination, so it's not just, I guess the Love Boat era anymore. There's more and more people bringing their grandkids to experience Alaska, and what better brand is there, right? We certainly have something to keep everybody occupied. Exceptional kids clubs. As I mentioned, the Ovation of the Seas, this is the first year that we're going to have 3 ships in Alaska. So it's got the bumper cars, the bionic bartenders, which are fun to watch. Indoor skydiving, so you can see what you'd look like with a facelift if you want to try it out. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Anybody of any age can do it. And just kind of to remind you that we do offer Alaskan cruise tours, anything from 3 nights up to 7 nights, and we also do offer ones in Canada as well. Yeah, a little bit of the cities that we'll visit, and as I mentioned, they're fully escorted. We do use hotels that are typically family-owned, city-centered. We don't own our own hotels, which I think is a great benefit, so you're not 45 minutes outside of town and dropped off, and then you're like, well, what do we do now? We can't go anywhere because you're too far away. So the hotels that we use are truly city-centered, just a short shuttle ride or a short walk. And I think it gives you great flexibility, so you have your structured, land tour by day, and at nighttime you have the flexibility to experience Alaska as you want. If that's to go to a local fish fry, go shopping, go to a brewery and hang out with the locals, you have the opportunity to do that. And you're close enough to your hotel to do that. We do have Hawaii a couple of times a year when we're doing repositioning cruises in the spring and in the fall, if that's on your list. And we're in the process right now of rolling out all of our deployment starting spring of 2021 into spring of 2022. So this kind of gives you the timeline of when everything will be out. We've done Europe. We're going to announce 7-night Caribbean pretty soon. A little heads up. One new thing that we're adding to some of our ships is a spa class. And yeah, so it's going to be starting May 2021. They're double occupancy only. But if you like to pamper yourself, the staterooms will all be redone in those relaxing spa colors. It's balcony staterooms only, so you don't have to worry about, you know, inside or outside or what type of stateroom it's going to be. And that will be on Radiance, Voyager, Freedom, Oasis, and Quantum class. And they'll all come with upgraded bedding amenities and bathroom amenities and some spa discounts and
Shower be bigger.
the shower. Yes, it will have a better shower head. All kind of, yeah. We haven't gotten all of the details on it yet, but yeah, you don't want the shower curtain stuck to you, right? So see, these are some of the amenities that I just mentioned. So upgraded mattress and pillows, carpet and balcony features, upgraded shower heads, succulents, right? Because they have succulent plants all over spas. So daily refreshments, fresh fruit, in-room speakers. That kind of gives you an idea of what. Yeah, doesn't that just look lovely and relaxing and beautiful? That is an ultimate panoramic suite, which is new. So it kind of gives you the same view that the captain has. Yeah, so you've got a full frontal view and a side view. So it's kind of replicates exactly what the captain sees on the bridge. Yeah, it's 914 square feet, which is a really nice size. Floor-to-ceiling windows, walk-in closet, dressing room. And there's only 2 of those available on Oasis and Allure. So, yeah, one on each side.
They're all going to book them tomorrow.
Yeah, please do.
With our library.
Yes, right. These one-off rooms, you know, obviously, they book far in advance. Yeah, we're not a brand that, it's not to say people don't book short in advance for those quick getaways, but obviously when you like suites, you know, there's a limited number of them, so they always tend to book further out. Adventure Ocean, I won't talk too much about that since there's no kids here, but we are adding some amplifications to that. And that's for anybody 6 months to 17 years old. We're adding a new Taste of Royal menu where you can kind of do this one-time 5-course meal and get 1 course from each one of our restaurants. We have introduced a new vegan menu on board. We also do kosher meals, gluten-free, diabetic meals. We can pretty much fit any dietary restrictions anybody might have. We have a great new app, if you guys are into that. So you can literally be curbside to on the ship in 5 minutes. I did it on the Harmony. It was amazing. It's so fast. It has facial recognition. You don't have to print out all the papers like you used to. It's just like boarding a plane now with your phone app. So they just scan your barcode, you get right on, and it's all taken care of. And you can also go in there, book shore excursions, see what restaurants, book dining, do all kinds of things. So we continue to enhance that and roll out new features of it and add it to new ships as we go along. The key is something that we offer for guests if you are not a Pinnacle member of our Crown and Anchor Society, but you kind of want some of those great benefits. This is something that you can purchase through shore excursions. It's about $24.99 per day. And it gives you priority check-in boarding, luggage carry-on service. You get an exclusive lunch in the main dining room using the menu from Chops. You get private hours for some activities for the flow rider, the rock climbing wall, VIP area seating for shows. Boom, which is the fastest internet at sea. We literally launched our own satellites into space. There is no internet on any other cruise line that can compare to the internet that we have. If anybody has tried it out, it's just like your home internet. It's that fast.
And they just launched the rocket the other day with us. More satellites.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Priority debarkation, and then you end your day with an a la carte breakfast. So it's really nice. Gives you some of those amenities that some of the Pinnacle members get without having to do 100 cruises to get there, right? We have a great travel protection program, which allows you to cancel for any reason. I'm not an insurance salesman. I'm not going to here to talk long about it, but I always encourage people, cancellation insurance, to take it. Nobody ever expects to cancel a vacation. So it's nice to have that peace of mind that if something comes up that that you are covered. And well, this is going to play the sound, but just a lot of people ask me and continue to ask me since Hurricane Dorian, you know, what have we done or what do we continue to do? And this is just some of what we've done. So we brought in, and this was done a while ago, so I know it's been enhanced by that. But we were the first on the ground, us as a Royal Caribbean family, Royal Celebrity, everybody in our brand was the first there to help out with assisting them by bringing them generators and food and any provisions that they need, helping people evacuate. So, and this is something that we continue to do. You know, the Caribbean, like I said, is our middle name, and it's very important to us. It's our family, and we have people that work on board that you know live here, have family there. So we will continue to invest in its recovery. It's going to be a long process, but we're there for the long haul. So please rest assured, if you take a vacation, that you know we are giving back to the communities that we do visit. And yeah, it's a really good video, but the sound is not working for some reason. So, anyways, that was all.
Would you like to talk about your perk or promotion?
Yeah, so we have, if you book within a week from today, we have, we'll give you up to $100 onboard credit to spend on whichever you like, and that's based on the length of sailing that you choose. So obviously, if you choose a 3 or 4 night, it's $25. If you do a 5 to 6 night, it's $75 or $50. 7 nights or longer, you'll get $100 onboard credit, and that's valid starting today until next Tuesday. Wednesday. What's today?
Today's Wednesday.
Sorry, I'm all out of whack. I haven't had a day off in a long time, so I don't know what day it is. So it'll be valid until next Wednesday. And yeah.
That's not for
Celebrity, too.
So I'm sure Celebrity has something that they're doing. I don't know. We're one family, but we operate kind of independently. So okay.
Any questions about Royal Caribbean at all? Kelly, you were wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, our brochures are back there if you need it. If you open the inside back cover, it will have everywhere in the world that we go and the page number that it's on, the itineraries. I could sit here and talk for 5 hours about everywhere in the world, but just wanted to highlight on a few things, all right? So thanks, everybody.
I am a rep for Celebrity Cruises. I'm actually a strategic marketing manager for them, and I've been with the company 30 years. I actually started with Royal Caribbean, then from Royal Caribbean they moved me to Azamara, and then I was doing on both Azamara and Celebrity, and I'm very proud of being in this company. It's an amazing company. Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited is just an amazing company to work for. And it's just, the product is just amazing. Whether you sail on Royal or Celebrity or Azamara, it's an amazing product. And right now we are also owning Silver Seas. So Silver Seas will change to even better than they are right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Celebrity Revolution. Hopefully, as all of you know, Celebrity Cruises brought out a brand new ship that actually revolutionized the industry completely. It's called Edge. It's an amazing ship. If you haven't sailed on it, you have to. It's totally incredible. So what we have done is, because of Edge coming out, and there's 4 more coming out, Apex is coming out next May, we have revolutionized the industry by refurbishing all of our ships. In actuality, we're not just refurbishing, we're spending $400 million on our Millennium class ships, which are the oldest ships that we own. And I'm going to show you what we have done to the Millennium class ships. And what we're actually doing is not a refurbishing, because when you mention the word refurbishing, you think of upholstery and carpetings and things like that. What we have actually done on Millennium class ships, we are taking them out of the water, and we're actually emptying the ship inside and redoing the entire ship inside. So So our cabins are a lot nicer, bathrooms are amazing, and the entire ship is totally refurbished. If you have ever sailed on a Millennium Class ship and you're sailing now on one of them, you'll notice that there's a humongous difference on it. Some of the nice woods that the Millennium Class ship had have been kept because of the beauty of the woods, but everything has been changed. The colors, everything is absolutely gorgeous. On our Solstice Class ships, which are the newer ships, we're only actually spending about $100 million, and that's actually a refurbishing. It's just going to be the colors of the interiors that are going to be changed, the carpetings, the upholstery, that's going to be changed. But the total amount is over $500 million that we're spending in refurbishing our older ships. We also brought out Flora, which is an amazing all-suite ship in the Galapagos, because we sail all over the world, but we also are the only line that for the Royal Caribbean Limited product goes to Galapagos. And we actually have 3 ships in the Galapagos. If you have not been to the Galapagos, I do recommend that you put it on your bucket list. There's nothing in the world like the Galapagos. It's just an amazing cruise. We do a 10-day Galapagos sailing. It's actually a 7-day sailing, including a 2-day at the JW Marriott in Quito, and that includes all of your shore excursions and all your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all your drinks in everywhere. It's an all-inclusive product that we have, and it's just an amazing product. We're going to be doing something on the Galapagos later on in the year, and it's going to be exclusively for the Galapagos. So if you're interested, make sure that you find out when it's going to be done, and we'll explain all about the Galapagos and how we do it. Flora is an all-suite, so it's all suites. It's only 100 passengers. We have 1 catamaran that's on 16 passengers, so if you have a group, if you have a family, or if all of you guys want to sail on it, please let us know. We'd be happy to book it for you. And then we have Exploration, which is about 40 passengers. So they're all amazing ships, and we will be doing a presentation exclusively on Galapagos later on this year. So I'm going to go into my presentation. It's a little bit shorter than Kelly's, but I don't have as much ships as she does to talk about. So we'll go in here, and this arrow will stay there. No, that's Royal Caribbean's presentation, isn't it? So what we have done is actually we have taken our entire fleet to the edge, and this is what we have done lately. So Millennium Class ships are all the Suite Class Retreat, which is a brand new area on edge. It's exclusive for our Suites class guests. It's a brand new area where they have a pool area, they have a jacuzzi, they have a beautiful retreat where people can go into if they want to. We are also doing the retreat lounge. We are upgrading that, and we are upgrading all suites and staterooms, our restaurant, bars and lounges, and casinos. Everything has been upgraded. The only thing we're not putting on the Millennium Class ships is our brand new suites that I brought for you to see. It's our Edge suites. These are totally amazing suites. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're 2 stories high, and they have their own private pool. So if you don't want to go to the main pool, or you don't want to lay out in the pool deck, you can go on your own private balcony and lay out and have your private pool there.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous, and it is a private pool. I had one lady ask me if she could actually bathe nude in it, and she can't, because you can't see it anywhere. So it is a private pool. So this is what we have done so far. So as you can see, the Suite Class is amazing. What we have done, this is actually the retreat, and then Lumine has changed also. Lumine is an exclusive restaurant just for our Suite Class, and the Chef Blue is doing all of the menus for Lumine, which is just totally incredible. And I have a little video at the end that shows you, that shows you how we have changed revolutionary, not only the ships, but also the cuisine on board our ships. So this is the penthouse suite, absolutely gorgeous as you can see it. It actually accommodates up to 4 people. And then we also have the royal suites that, thank you so much, that accommodates up to 4 people. Now if you book royal or penthouse or anything above, Edge Suites has also the Edge Suites. Also they have the iconic suite, which is 2,750 square feet, all the way on the very top of the ship. There's 2 of them on either side, and they also have the view of the bridge, so they're all forward. Actually, the bridge is underneath those suites, so they have a higher view. you also include all your amenities in all our suites. So you get the premium liquor package, you get your $300 over credit, your prepaid gratuities, and your Wi-Fi. But if you book from Royal and up, you also get all the specialty restaurants that are included. So you're actually in an all-inclusive product that we're offering for you. Our celebrity suite and our smaller suite, which is our Sky. To me, this is the best value in the business industry right now. They're 394 square feet and they're all-inclusive. The only thing that is not included here is your specialty restaurants. But your premium liquor package is included, the Wi-Fi, the prepaid gratuities, and your $300 onboard credit. Now, the $300 onboard credit can be used for anything that you need to do on board the ship. You can use it for shore excursions, you can use it for shopping, you can use it for anything else that you want, spa, or anything like that. This is the retreat, and this is what it looks like on the ships. You can see it's a beautiful area with cabanas, and this is exclusive for our suite class guests. The jacuzzis, and the actual retreat on Edge has a pool. On Millennium class, they couldn't put a pool in it, but they are putting a jacuzzi in it, so they have a watertight feature. And this is the retreat lounge. This is what they have done to it. It is incredible what they did to it. This is open 24 hours, and you can have breakfast, continental breakfast there. Also in the afternoons, they offer drinks and they offer hors d'oeuvres and in that area. And something interesting that we do on Celebrity Cruises that I don't know if you guys know about it is on both on the retreat and on the regular shore excursion desk, we have a person that actually knows the cities that you're going to. So you have been in that city several times and you don't want to buy the shore excursions that we're offering on board the ship, they can actually tailor-make a shore excursion exclusively for you. So this is something that we offer as one of our services on board, and a lot of people don't realize that we offer this type of service. And what it is it's just a charge for the shore excursion that you're doing, but it's not a standard shore excursion. So if you have a group and you want to have your group do a shore excursion exclusively with a group, or if you're traveling with another couple and you just want a car for 4 people, or if you're traveling with 10 people and you just want a van for those 10 people, we can do that for you. So if you have been, let's say, in Rome, and you have seen all of Rome, and you want to do something a little bit different, we can actually arrange it for you to do something different. So you don't have to purchase our shore excursions that we offer to everybody. You can have privately done shore excursions for yourselves if you want. So this is a service that we offer. We do not charge for the service, we just charge for the actual shore excursion that you're going to be taking. So this is something to keep in mind. Here, this is offered 24 hours. They have a concierge that takes care of that. Also, the concierge takes care if you're in a suite, if you want to go to a specific restaurant once you're on land, they can do the reservation of the restaurant, they can get a car to pick you up and bring you to the restaurant and bring you back to the ship. So these are services that we offer all over the world. This is our standard veranda stateroom. As you can see, it's been done absolutely gorgeous and it's been incredible. The showers have changed, the bathrooms have been completely redone. We have eliminated all of the pesky little curtains that were in those bathrooms, and they're all marble bathrooms now with an enclosed glass shower. So they're absolutely gorgeous, and the beds actually are king-size beds because Edge has king-size beds. So we have changed all the beds to king-size beds, and they have a brand new type of sheets that are cashmere. It's called our cashmere collection, and it's a mixture of cashmere threads and 100% Egyptian cotton. So they're very soft and they're very nice. So the public spaces have also changed, and this is the main dining room. If you remember, the main dining room on the Millennium class ships were really dark. They were darker, there were a lot of wood, and they had removed all of that and made it a lot lighter, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Still a 2-story dining room with amazing chandelier that they put in the center that wasn't there before, and it's just an incredible dining room. I was very impressed when I saw it on Summit. I could not believe what they have done. And then this is the Ocean View Cafe, which is upstairs, totally redone. all the furniture, all the standards. Now instead of having just one big line, it's different stations, so it's a lot easier, and you're not standing in line all the time. The Rendezvous Lounge, which is one of the lounges in the center, was totally redone, and of course we added blue for our upper-class guests, and we also added Tuscan Grill. And this is the Sunset Bar. It's actually my favorite bar. It's all the way on the back of the ship. They have expanded it and done an absolutely gorgeous job. And of course the casino. Don't forget to visit the casino when you're on board. We like donations. And then our retail space. What we have done with the retail space, we actually have taken all of the retail space out and brought brand new retail space. Edge has Tiffany on board, it has Cartier, and it also have Michael Kors, and it has some other high designers on board, which are being brought over to the Millennium class ships. And then Canyon Ranch. On our Millennium class ships, we do have Canyon Ranch on board as our spa product. Canyon Ranch is one of the premier spa products in the world, and they're totally amazing. What's amazing about them is just not the massage, it's not just the facial. They can actually help you with your health and your well-being. They can do different types of tests for you, where they can tell you what's wrong with your body and how much fat you have, which I haven't done that test, and I don't care how much fat I have in my body. I know I'm fat, so I don't have to do a test. But people do these kind of things, but they have amazing product on board, and it's really, really nice. And then, of course, there's more innovations coming, the more exciting upgrades that they're doing. The passport bar is going to be done, the gastro bar is amazing, it's going to be redone, and all of this is going to be done. The lawn club upstairs on our Solstice class ships will have a brand new TV, it's a huge TV that they're putting up there, and Solstice class is going to be also revolutionized. And this is Conserving the Seas. This is very important for celebrity cruises. We won awards all over all the time. But one of the best awards that we can win is the best cruise line Conserving the Seas. And we are part of the Wildlife Association, and this is part of us. I do want to point out, as you can see, all the ships are being painted in blue. This is actually a special paint that was developed for us. And this paint, what this paint does is easier on the water. The ship slides easier on the water, so the emulsions of the ship will be a lot better. So there's not so much gas being spent and so much expulsion for the air. So the footprint of the ship is a lot better now. And of course, we always take care of our oceans. And in the Galapagos, it's just amazing what we do all over the world. So the silicone-based paint is just amazing. 20% of our Millennium class ships have a better efficiency right now, and we are putting solar panels so that will even help the efficiency of the ship and reduce emissions fleet-wide. And this is our fleet. Of course, the arrow that we can get rid of, it's pointed to the best ship of all, our brand new ship, which is our Edge class ships. This orange thing right here is actually like an elevator. It's cantilever outside the ship, and it has several different functions. It goes to level 2, and when it goes to level 2, that's for tendering. If you ever tendered before, this is an amazing thing to do, because the tenders on the ship are on the ship, and they're the first tenders in the industry that are air conditioned. And the seating, instead of being wood seating, is like an airline. So they're amazing. So what you do is you take your elevator from whatever floor you are, you go all the way down in your elevator to the floor 2, and you come on into this beautiful area that's been done, and you don't have to go through hallways, or you don't have to go downstairs. You just go right through this gorgeous area. From that gorgeous area, you step onto the carpet, the mounted carpet, that's what that's called, and from there you go into your tender. What happens is sometimes when we're tendering, if we're tendering someplace and the sea is a little rough, you'll notice that the ocean goes up and down. Well, this doesn't happen on the ship, because the tender's actually hooked to that elevator type thing, which is the magic carpet, so it's always steady. So you just walk right on it, step by step, so you don't have to worry about that. The second portion that it does, the second thing that it does, goes all the way up to the 5th floor, and it becomes a restaurant. And then in the afternoons, it's open, the restaurant is open, it's a seafood restaurant, it's amazing. And then from there, it goes up to the 10th floor, and it becomes a lounge. And then in the evening, it goes there where it is right now, which is the 14th floor, and it again becomes a restaurant. Now, on the 14th floor, it's the Edge restaurant, and you don't know what you're eating, which is the great thing. It's all a surprise. Because what happens is the chef from the ship, wherever the ship is in the world, they'll come off the ship, they'll go to a market, and buy whatever they feel like cooking for that day that is from the markets in that city. So you're actually tasting the cuisine of that city once you go back into that ship. One thing that Celebrity does, that I don't know if you're aware of it, in every place, in every port that we visit, always on the menu, there would be 1 or 2 dishes that belong to that port. So not only are you tasting the experience in the port and experiencing the culture of that port, but you can also experience the cuisine of that port. And that's very important for us. We want to make sure that those borders are open to the entire world. So this is the timeline. Millennium and Summit has already been done. Equinox, of course, has been done. Silhouette will be done on January 24th, then Eclipse, then Constellation, Infinity, Solstice, and Reflection will be the last one that will be done because she's the brand new ship of the Solstice class. She's the newest one. And Apex is coming in 2020, and of course, Flora is sailing on the Galapagos. So as you can see, the ship, I don't know if you noticed, but the bow of the ship is a little bit different, the brand new bow of the ship on the other one. Instead of being, it's like a snub nose, kind of like a dolphin nose, and there's a reason for that. Engineering-wise, that makes the ship's life easier, and it cuts the air better, so the ship is more stabilizing. We were the first cruise line bringing this out. Now there are several other cruise lines that you will see that their front of the ship will have a snub nose front. The other thing that we did was we removed the dining room from the back of the ship. And this is actually a beautiful place. It's 4 stories high, and it's called Eden. And the whole place is actually actual plants. Celebrity Cruises don't carry any plastic plants on board. We actually have 2 people on board just taking care of our plants. And this is a venue with a private restaurant and also a stage with a performance stage and a bar. And it's actually done in a circle, so you can actually come up from the 4th floor and go all the way down or go all the way up. It's really nice. And there's another little restaurant there that is amazing. You have paninis and sandwiches for lunch, and it's actually delicious. And the ship is totally amazing. You have never seen anything like it. And I have sailed many times. Like I said, I've been in the company for 30 years. And before that, I used to sail because my father never took a plane, so we always were on ships everywhere we went. And this has been an incredible ship. Flora, on the other hand, is a very small ship, only 100 guests, all suites, and this back here, right here, these 2 right here, are the penthouse suites. They can only accommodate 4 people, and they're over 1,000 square feet. They're absolutely gorgeous. One thing that Flora does, that no other ship at the Galapagos does, is that these little ships that they have, that are the tenders that they use, can actually, this thing right here comes down so that this docks sideways, so you actually step across onto the tender. Right now, if you're not on Flora, you actually have to step down, and they have to hold you to step down into the tenders. Otherwise, these you can walk right through. And it's just amazing.
Can you do scuba diving?
Yes, you can. There are only certain areas that you can.
Right.
You cannot go in all the areas, but there are only certain areas. Scuba, you have to, it's different. You have to be certified,
Yes.
and you have to pay for it. It's the only thing that you have to pay for it. Snorkeling, you don't have to. And we do give you the wetsuits, so you don't have to worry about that. We have the wetsuits on board for snorkeling and
Just
scuba.
bring our own gear.
Yeah. Or actually, I don't know if you can bring it, because the Galapagos has a lot of limitations. But there are areas that you could go. But if you're interested in doing that, you have to let us know, so we can tell you where and how to do it.
Yeah.
And no fishing, please.
On the wall.
Trust me, we had a problem with a shark and a guy that
I'm a
was
shark diver,
uh,
and wreck diver, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So that is the celebrity revolution, and that's what we're doing in all our ships. Again, we sail all over the world, and in order to put the video, just click.
The overarching philosophy of culinary at Celebrity Cruises, I would say, is finesse. It's that one word says so much. Polish, sophistication, grace. To achieve finesse in what we do, we focus on the details. That's really what a restaurant experience is. It's a collection of 1,000 details.
He's actually a Michelin star chef, so...
Restaurants as our ships sail all around the world. The culinary journey we're giving to our guests is really open them up to new experiences.
The people that we have all have world-class talent. I myself am a Michelin star chef, so that's really important to us. All of our food on board is made from scratch. We have intensive local sourcing throughout the globe. All of our breads are made daily, which you won't find in a lot of restaurants on land.
So on Celebrity Edge, we're going to offer our guests 29 distinct venues to enjoy great food and great beverages.
And in each one of these restaurants, you're going to have a completely distinct experience.
We're known for culinary. We're winning awards from all across the industry. For example, we won for 5 years in a row now the Wine Spectator Award of Excellence, and we're the only cruise line that has won that award.
Wine specifically is very important to us. We work really hard to create amazing wine lists. In terms of the cocktails, it's flavor first. It's sort of like a chef creating a dish. So we want to make sure that there's some element of theater and entertainment in the preparation and presentation of the cocktails.
So we're really combining all the great food with great design and great service. We really look at every little detail of the culinary experience. We're looking at our culinary and saying, how can we be more innovative on Edge than we are on our previous ships?
Typically, on the ship, you have one large main dining room. On Edge, we've divided that footprint into 4 distinct restaurants, so there'll be a little bit of something for everybody. For instance, in the Italian restaurant, a portion of the menu will feature Southern Italian food, and the remainder of the menu will feature the best of Celebrity's award-winning main dining room menu favorites.
The 4 that we're creating really tells a story about the history of Celebrity. So the Tuscan restaurant is a modern Italian restaurant. And you really feel the fashion and the art that Italy is known for. And that is really paying homage to the great success we've had over the years with our Tuscan Grill restaurant.
What makes Tuscan restaurants so special? Fantastic Southern Italian food and amazing Southern Italian wines. All of our pastas are made in-house. So anytime you go there, you're getting homemade pastas.
Normandy is our French restaurant. It's really sophisticated, really romantic when you think about going to Paris. And that really pays kind of tribute to the great work we've done with our Murano restaurant.
We'll have the traditional flavors and ingredients, but presented in a completely new and refreshing way.
So what's great about the Cosmopolitan restaurant is the entrance. You're walking through basically a wine cellar. Once you're inside, you feel like you're in one of these great cities like New York or LA. Just showing off the great work that we've done through the years in our main dining rooms on the Solstice class.
It's the type of place that you go if you feel like one night out in town. The menu is more upscale and refined with global influences.
The Cyprus restaurant is a Mediterranean-inspired restaurant. It's about the history of Celebrity being from the Mediterranean, being from Greece, and we're using that as a way to pay tribute to the history of the bread.
The menu itself is pan-Mediterranean. It's the type of food that's really fresh and light. You feel fantastic after you eat it.
Blue is our exclusive restaurant for our aqua class. The design really comes through with all these organic elements.
Each dish is put together utilizing 3 distinct ingredients that complement one another. It's simple and we let the ingredients speak for themselves.
Lumine is our exclusive restaurant for our suite guests. It's at the top of the ship with beautiful views of the ocean.
The presentations are just a little bit more elegant than you might find elsewhere, and it's something truly special for our suite class guests.
So So especially dining at Celebrity Edge is really unique. Every specialty restaurant we have at Edge has never been seen before in our fleet. Fine Cut Steakhouse is the first time that we're really focused on delivering a really modern, sophisticated steakhouse.
It's decidedly contemporary in design, featuring a private dining room inside the restaurant. The signature dish will be a beautiful USDA prime, dry-aged sirloin steak. It's absolutely delicious. The key element that runs through Raw 5 is the ocean.
And the design of it is really about raw and refined. It's really based on the oyster shell.
We have things like sashimi, hand-rolled sushi. It'll be primarily seafood-based, where the flavors are going to be bright, light, and explosive.
When the Magic Carpet is positioned on Deck 5, it becomes an extension of Raw 5. And it's the alfresco dining experience. And it's just a beautiful place to have a drink and look at the views.
You're out in this beautiful venue overlooking the ocean, and that was the inspiration. The offering on the menu is going to be sort of what you might find in a resort in Saint-Tropez.
Well, the Grand Bistro is basically our version of the classic French bistro.
It will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The design is absolutely beautiful. It's more contemporary.
We're offering some really innovative versions of the classic French dishes. We actually have a to-go section. So guests can walk up, either get a glass of wine to go, a baguette, a cheese, and meat board. Celebrity Cruises has a great new partnership with Accommodations Studios.
Guests are going to be immersed in these beautiful 4K table projections, which were created by Skull Mapping, who's famous for their Le Petit Chef dining experiences. It's fun, it's whimsical, and truly delicious.
In the heart of the Grand Plaza is our famous Martini Bar. And we took the Martini Bar to a whole new level. We wanted to add new specialty cocktails to the Martini Bar, working with our world-class mixologists.
The Rooftop Garden Grill is the type of place that I would go to every day.
And that's the space that you have great views when you're on the highest part of the ship.
Menu items at the Rooftop Garden Grill include really simple, delicious barbecue-style fare. Eating is magical, whimsical, and something that you're never going to get anywhere else in the world. One of the things that we're looking at with Eden Restaurant is how do we do things differently. We want there to be some sort of interaction between the guest and the dish. It's a blend of not only culinary offerings, but also performance art. It has to be seamless. The whole thing has to be seamless.
So one of the things we're creating for the Magic Carpet is the dinner on the edge.
So wherever the ship happens to be that evening, the chefs will leave the ship, locally sourced ingredients, and execute an amazing meal.
So really playing into the great views and taking our guests to these great destinations, but also on the Magic Carpet, we're bringing the destination back on board with this dinner on the edge experience.
People don't always remember what you say or do, but they always remember how you make them feel. And our goal is that they leave saying, wow, I will never forget that experience.
So of course this is on Edge, which is our brand new ship, but the culinary experience is being brought up to all the other ships. The 4 restaurants on Edge, you can go to any of them that you want. They all offer the same menu. They have a standard menu that is the menu for the evening, but it also offers a specialty menu for each of these restaurants. So there are certain dishes that are only selected to those restaurants. So you can go in, you can have that meal. These are all free of charge. There's no charge for them. All of the other restaurants that they spoke about specialty, those do have different charges. They start at $15 and they go all the way to $55, which is each. Eden is an amazing experience. Like they say, it's not only a culinary experience, but it's also a sensory experience. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So that is Celebrity today. And we're getting better and a lot more awards every year. This year alone, we won over 55 awards throughout all the entire fleet. So I would love to see you all on Celebrity. And I do want to mention a big deal that we're running right now. And you better take your credit cards out because tomorrow is the last day for our Veterans Day special. It's amazing. And Roseborough Travel has a Thanksgiving sailing that they have. They have a group and they have already amenities on it. But with the Veterans Day sale, which ends tomorrow, you actually get 4 amenities. So if you book either tonight or tomorrow, you can book this amazing cruise through the Caribbean, going through Panama, Colombia, and other places in the Caribbean, and you would get the 4 perks, which is our a premium liquor package, and you get a $300 over credit, free pay gratuities, and all the Wi-Fi that you can use. So this is amazing. So you can go ahead, book it tonight. I'm going to put you to work. Book it tonight or tomorrow, and then they can move it over to their group, and you can have the bus, and you can have all the amenities that they have on their group. So make sure you remember that, and if you would like to do that, they're right here, and they can help you with that. So thank you very much, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.